WBXO Classic Rock Redefined with more than 17 million in album sales and well over 3,000 live shows during their 35 plus year career. One of the best American kick-ass rock and roll bands continues to rock America and rock the world. It is an honor to have back on our rock and roll phone a very special guest, singer-songwriter, drummer for the great band Night Ranger, Keagy. Welcome, Kelly.
Patrick, how are you? And look, man, I want to roll those dice. I can't wait to get to that thing,
man. we can't wait either. Kelly and Night Ranger getting ready to get on tour and bring their high energy and always crowd-pleasing party train now to the Ridgefield Playhouse on Wednesday, April the 25th. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today. Kelly, first and foremost, how is the heart and how is the health?
Oh, everything is great, man. I'm 100% plus. You know, we're just getting started, too, you know, early in the season, and it's been a year since I had this done. April 4th was when I went in and had a little heart valve fixed, and it was, you know, hey, you know, it was a defect from birth, so
wow, you know,
it wasn't any lifestyle things, which I thought it was, you know, but I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Well, excellent to hear. And secondly, congrats on this incredible journey. Now more than 35 years, Night Ranger, and the release of your 12th studio album, Don't Let Up. Let me start by asking, what goes through your mind when you look back to the beginning of Night Ranger and where you guys are today?
Well, you know, I do have to say, and you use the right word, an incredible journey. I mean, it was like, you know, when we were first doing the first interviews, we thought we were just going to get to the next record, you know. We were like, we just want to make a second record, you know. we got a lot of songs, you know, like, and we, you know, so that was basically as far as we were seeing, but we felt, you know, we really felt there was something special here, and, you know, you just never know. I mean, just like you were talking about, you roll the dice, you know, hopefully somebody's going to play your music, and that's what happened, and people, you know, people heard Don't Tell Me You Love Me, Sing Me Away, you know, Sister Christian on the next record, you know, Rockin' America, and it was like, man, we're so lucky. This is great. Let's keep going, you know, and that's the way it is. We want to keep going. After 35 years, we still have that youthful kind of like energy that we love playing. We want to play as great as possible. And that's what it's about, you know?
Well, it's great, man, and you guys certainly have the drive. The latest album, Don't Let Up, and in my opinion, I gotta say, it's the most appropriate album title, as it seems like there is no let up with this band. It seemed like the pedal was always down to the floor, and I love that. December 2016.
Yeah.
I mean, the band released a live album, 35 Years and a Night in Chicago. Then you're back on the road. Last March, you released Don't Let Up, and back on the road. What is the key to this band's longevity and success, would you say?
Well, I mean, I just think that we did great work early on. And those songs, you know, they just keep rolling into playlists year after year. We're very fortunate that all that hard work we did leading up to the band getting signed and then going, you know, and also the people behind the scenes. I mean, you know, there were people, you know, that heard our demos, you know, just all sorts of people that were back there that. And frankly, some of them aren't even around anymore, you know. I mean, you know, it's like, you know, when you have those people that have that ear, then they can hear something, you know. Bruce Bird, you know, Gary Bird, people like that, you know, that just knew that there was something with this band. And, you know, and frankly, you know, when you're in the middle of it like us, you know, you're hoping that somebody's going to catch it, you know, and we were very lucky.
Many pieces of the puzzle, obviously, and great chemistry between bandmates and a little luck, right? And there you go. It takes off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about the new album, Don't Let Up. How important is it for you guys to keep that creativity alive and provide new material for the fans?
I think that's one of the keys to longevity with us, is that we want to keep making a record every 3-4 years like that, and get back in the studio, and the three of us get in a room and we start jamming, and that's what we've been doing the last 3 records. Actually, is just don't come in with any songs finished, because the important thing is to have all those influences from the 3 or 4 or 5 of us. And once we get to that point of having a really good kernel, as we say, and then we just build it from there, And I think that's it. You got to keep striving for something new. And you get in there and you write bad stuff once in a while. It just happens. You get in there, but you have to move through it. It's like, let's don't get stuck on this. Let's go to something new. Come back to that or whatever. So, that's how the process is. But you got to keep that alive. If you keep that, keep that on the back burner, it's never going to develop into anything more. And I think it's really important to stay alive with that.
Right. And as a fan and a guy in the music world now, I just love that, you're not complacent. You're still striving. That kindred spirit is still alive. And here you guys put out Don't Let Up, and my favorite track, Somehow, Some Way. To me, it is your signature. It's a standout, true Night Ranger identity song. It's melodic, the twin guitar solos, great bass, great keyboards, twin vocals. I think you're singing the bridge along with Jack, and then the drums. This is in-your-face, kick-ass song. It's all, it is true Night Ranger to the T. Can you talk a little bit about the creation of this song, which is now number 6 on the classic rock charts?
Get out of here.
Number 6, my man.
Man, that's great. Well, we always try and start every album out with a signature Night Ranger song, and I think that that came about throughout 4 or 5 different sessions when we were writing the album. Started recording in Nashville, then we went to Brad's place in California, up to Jack's place. It's just Kerry Kelly was involved in that. Our new guitar player, Kerry Kelly, who's been in the band for 3 or 4 years. So there's a riff in there that he worked on. Brad and him came up with that. Of course, Jack, the lyricist and amazing, songwriter, so when we come up with kernels and push them even further into to developing as a song, you kind of know when something's just going to be that thing. It's going to be that one of those songs that's going to open the album with, and we open the set with it too. We love it so much we use it as an opener.
No, you guys tore the crowd up when I got to see you in September with that song in Massachusetts. As a songwriter and co-vocalist, how do you and Jack decide who is going to take the lead, and how does that work for Brad and Kerry when it comes to the guitar parts?
Well, we put on the old gloves. Come on, Jocko, put those gloves on. We got to figure this out. No, actually, you know what it is while we're writing it, we use that combo that's been so successful with us to I'm going to sing a bridge. We need a release when the bridge comes, and I'll sing the bridge or I'll sing a verse. Same thing with guitar playing. It's like somebody will take a riff and then they'll do half of the solo, and then the other guy will take it, and then they'll come together, as a team, and do a double lead thing. Same thing with us on the vocals. We always look at it like, it's great having 2 lead singers, because the focal point is never going to be like, you're never going to get bored when you listen to a Night Ranger album with the vocal. And the same thing with guitars.
And certainly, what's the best for the song overall? And there you go. Now, speaking of songs, Sister Christian, you're the lead vocalist, Night Ranger's biggest hit, about your sister Christy. Let me ask you, I don't think I asked you the last time, what were her thoughts when this hit the airwaves back in the 80s?
Yeah, I don't think she really realized, what was going on until the song was being played on, MTV and this and that, and of course we didn't let on back then. They never really asked about it, and so it's probably been in the last 15 years that we've really been like honing in on the story and saying, my sister it was about her coming of age, and her and a big brother like giving her like some some care, and and asking her to watch out what you do when you're getting older, and so it's a big brother watching her, like going, hey,
right,
make out there, be careful,
make the right choices, be careful, good decision making. I know when we spoke, one of your main influences that you mentioned was, now Sir Ringo Starr. And as a fan, we take it for granted, when you look at a drummer and vocalist. But how difficult is it to play the drums and provide vocals at the same time? Are there some breathing techniques that help you and able to do both without any issues?
Well, I mean, what it is you have to like split up your air. You have to use your energy for drums and also and I'm just like, I started learning both at the same time. So there's a little bit of mental. It's a little bit more mental than it is physical. Just because it's like, okay, I want to sing this vocal with enough soul, and the timing of the vocal's different than what I'm playing. So I've figured it out over the years, like how I want to do stuff. So I have to simplify my drum parts,
Right.
So and that's the joy of it is playing meat and potatoes, as we call it, drum parts behind vocals. I mean that's where I really learned it. Just by listening to all the older guys. Ringo, of course, listening to Live at the Hollywood Bowl, I was blown away at how Ringo sang. And what he was playing within that song, I think they did "Boy." There was a song called "Boys" that Ringo was singing live at the Hollywood Bowl. And I was like, he's doing these triplets and something. I was like, man, this is it.
Say, I got to do this. I got to learn this. That's cool.
I want to get this.
Well, wrapping things up, we got Kelly Keagy from Night Ranger on the phone. Kelly, I'm a big music history buff, and I love learning about the 50s and 60s. A big fan of that Wrecking Crew documentary, and on my bucket list is to get back to Nashville, and where I'm talking about the Musicians Hall of Fame, and I know you got involved with it. Can you speak a little bit about it?
Yes, absolutely. It's about the unsung heroes of musicians that played behind tracks, like Cher and the Beach Boys and you name it, and back in the 60s in LA. But it's not only about the LA bands, it's about the Nashville artists that were involved in making like all sorts of hit records in country music as well. And you got to check out the Musicians Hall of Fame in Nashville, because it's got gear. It's got Elvis stuff in there. It's got Chicago stuff. Like Chicago was one of my favorite bands, and they had Danny Seraphin, stuff in their drum set. They have drum sets and instruments, recording gear from the era from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way to now.
That is great. And then there's my buddy said there's a special part about the Grammys. I'm looking to get down to Tennessee your way in October, so it is on my bucket list. I got to give you a call and go through it with you. I'll be there all day.
Love it, man. I could show you the whole thing. It's wonderful.
That'd be great. Hey, you guys got one more thing I want to touch upon. You got such a great catalog of music over 35 years, and I see some bands are starting to tour and playing some of their albums in their entirety. Are there any plans or thoughts about? I mean, there's so many good songs that, people are just hearing the hits forever, but there's so many great songs on, Dawn Patrol or Midnight Madness. Any thought about, trying that out?
Sure. We've been thinking about it the last couple of years, especially with doing a live record. And we wanted to, we're looking at doing maybe the first two albums. That would really be fun.
That would be great. Well, I know firsthand from attending numerous Night Ranger shows and meeting you and the guys, it's such a relaxed, fun-time party group, and I think it's somewhat contagious because it spreads over the crowd. When you guys get on the stage, a great, fun-time atmosphere, and I'm guessing that has always been the goal, and we can expect more of that on this tour.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. We're going to be in fine shape and rocking like we always do, with lots of energy and lots of spontaneity.
Excellent. Well, if you're looking for a good time, and I can certainly guarantee it, Night Ranger up here Wednesday, April 25th at the Ridgefield Playhouse. Get your tickets today. Call 203-438-5795. Go to their website, ridgefieldplayhouse.org. Purchase the album. Actually, the deluxe edition has the bonus DVD, which I want to plug in there. There are VIP tickets where you can take a picture and meet Kelly and the guys. I'm telling you, a super, super group and a great time when you walk out the door. I mean, Kelly,
We'll have a good time, and we always like to bring the audience in and make them feel like they're up on stage with us. So, Patrick, it's going to be great to see you when we get out there, buddy.
Excellent, Kelly. Thank you for your generous time today. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I have. Certainly much success on the album and the upcoming tour. Can't wait to see you guys and roll that dice, man.
Take care, buddy. We'll see you then.
Best to the guys. Safe travels. Kelly, Keagy, and Night Ranger. Time to play a little Somehow, Somewhere exclusively on the Pat Show on WBXO Classic Rock Redefined.